In the previous episode, we saw someone being hunted in the forest. The Villager News covered this topic and spoke about Steve Miller's disappearance. John himself went to the forest to investigate and found an odd village beside it. He had a scary dream in the village, causing him to wake up in the middle of the night. This village was completely different, but it appeared to John as normal. As he walked around this site, it was clear something horrifying happened here. The weird symbols were familiar to John, and he understood that he should flee immediately. As he ran from the plains, it started to snow. Winter was here. John's horse had seemed to disappear, escaping this dreadful land, and alerting the authorities in such conditions was impossible. John entered the woods across the frozen lake to help take cover from snow. In the dense forest, he gathered resources like wood and planks to help him survive. He found a clearing, and having the materials to build a camp, he got to work. He placed a bed, a crafting table, and a torch for light. As the night passed, the temperature dropped. It was difficult for John to sleep. After experiencing a terrifying scene, he was shivering in the cold in the middle of the forest. Just as John began to ease, strange events started to take place. He heard a gruesome scream coming from the distant trees. Being alarmed, he pulled out his sword, ready to fight any threats, but deep down in his heart, he was afraid. He waited and waited, but nothing happened. All of these experiences had caused John to constantly be alerted and on edge. He extinguished the fire and removed the torch, preparing to get some rest. But these malevolent woods had other plans. He heard footsteps around his camp. Someone was in this forest. John went out and checked, but didn't find anyone. He blocked the tent for safety and hoped for the best. The night had just gotten worse for John. As the morning approached, he had gotten minimal sleep. He made his way out of his tent and started to gather food and supplies. He got some pork and also planted a few seeds. While gathering wood, it felt like as if someone or something was watching him. John also decided to explore the forest, expecting to find some useful items, but his discoveries made this forest more creepy. he found weird structures which were oddly familiar and took photos of them as evidence. But those photos had a dark secret in them. As John reached his tent, he heard an unusual noise coming from the forest. He was now starting to get used to it. John decided to frame and photos he had and study them. However, the photos he took of the village were somehow corrupted. As for the recent photos, John framed them and observed them closely, and what he realized sent chills down his spine.
And then, the inevitable happened.
Something was approaching John, and he had to think